Hi, everyone. I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about this past week's assignment to the prop box. And then as we're getting ready, we're going into week 7 today. And so the course will be over in just a couple of weeks. I just want to touch base with you on a few things. First off, if you have not been able to get your previous assignment for the infant plan loaded onto Chalk and Wire, it's imperative that you do that right away because I won't be able to grade it outside of the course. So some people were having difficulties, and if you were, please contact me if you haven't done so about it. Let me know what your status is and double check with Chalk and Wire so we can get that on there. So this past week, your prop box design and discussion, it was a little confusing. Evidently, the word discussion on here really meant design your prop box within the frame that I had given you to do. And then by the discussion, it was the questions that you needed to include in there to answer, such as the play value, the research, the APA, and all of that. That was discussion portion. Some people thought that meant you needed to respond to each other. So when you responded to each other, because it's set up like a forum from the original person who did this, what happened then was if somebody responded, then the last date showing was not the date necessarily that you submitted this, but the date that somebody responded. And as a result, some people, when I graded these, it looked like their forms or their papers were late. As after I graded the first 4 or 5, I went in and noticed, okay, it's because of that. So if that happened to you, hopefully that's all straightened around now. My apologies on that, but that's what happened with it. On your end, and I was seeing screenshots from your end, and you were absolutely correct, the same way on one of my screens. But the actual screen that shows where the professor has all the submissions, it was showing the inaccurate date because of that. Anyway, again, hopefully those are straightened around. Let me know if you have a problem or a question on yours. And it is my plan to hopefully get through all of the scoring of those by tomorrow on Tuesday. So we'll look at week 7 and 8 now. The first assignment is Tuesday, which is just your reading on anti-bias and culturally responsive teaching. You'll be using the reading assessment rubric for that, remembering to have at least two APA citations for that. And then your discussion forum with the original post due on Wednesday and the response on Friday. And then looking at week 8, your mini unit lesson is due on Tuesday. Your mini lesson plan is due on Thursday. And I want to just go through and go over this with you quickly to make sure that you have everything in there that you need. So here is the actual rubric / form that you'll be completing. You'll notice that all of the points for everything are in it. This is all activity standards and boxes need to be completed here. Then you'll be listing academic standards for the unit as a whole and what do you want them to know at the end of this unit? In other words, what is your essential question that you want to have answered through this unit? Here's just a little calendar. This is that we're doing, for example, on day 1, we're studying language arts, and it's on day 1. On day 2, we're doing math, and so on and so on. The vocabulary words you're going to use in your unit, a definition for them. I would keep in mind to try to focus here on academic vocabulary as opposed to just vocabulary words. For example, if you were going to have them summarize something in language arts, then you might have the vocabulary academic word here summarized and the definition. You're gonna get full credit however you do these, whether it's regular vocabulary or academic vocabulary. These are the key questions for the entire unit. I have here based on Bloom's taxonomy. If you want to use another type of taxonomy such as Webb's, that's fine as well. You have your drawing and labeling of your floor plan that will support your unit and your standards. And finally, there's a mini unit self-evaluation. You get 10 points for completing this. You'll see there are 20 questions. There's a question here about developmentally appropriate practice and changes you might possibly make. So that is what you're going to be using to actually complete your mini unit. This is the lesson plan rubric. You'll notice that exemplary, which of course is where you want to focus because everybody wants to get full credit. Look at each of the elements, and under exemplary, they are worth 10 points. There are 12 elements for a total possible score of 120 points. The mini unit we just went over has a total score of 100 points. So that's the information that you need there for what happened this past week with prop boxes and for your assignments for week 7 this week and week 8. And just a reminder also about the chalk and wire from the prop box. If you're still having difficulties, please contact me. I look forward to this last couple of weeks with you, and I have definitely enjoyed all of you in your input, in your forums, in all of your papers in this course. You've done a great job. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Have a great day.